The Giostra is the most famous medieval show in Italy. As in the days of the brave knights, man and horse gallop at high speed to tilt at a metal dummy. Let's travel back in time. Near Arezzo in central Italy, a young rider is training in practices of bygone days. Alessandro Vanozzi is a giostratore, a jouster. Today he will be carrying the dreams of his neighbors on the end of his lance. It's a big responsibility. You always try to do your best to keep your cool, even if it's difficult. It all depends on your character, and with my character, it is sometimes hard for me to find the necessary aggression. For the Vanozzis, jousters for 3 generations, their neighborhood's honor is at stake. For the people of Arezzo, the Giostra is everything. It comes from the heart. When we hear the Giostra drums beat, our blood starts to boil up. But before they get all fired up, all the neighborhoods, like the red and greens of Porto Crucifera here, have to prepare and get dressed. Even the local worthies, like Rector Aldo Brunetti, undertake the serious business of preparation with pride. Look how passionate our lads are about getting dressed. They're all chomping at the bit to take part. Then there are our main men, the Giostratori, Alessandro Vanozzi and Daniele Gori, who lifted us up to heaven when they won last year, and we're going to try and stay there this year. Being in heaven does wonders. But to stay up in heaven, they will need to win the Golden Lance, the much-coveted trophy of the Giostra del Saracino, the Saracen joust that recreates the historic tournaments of old. In a highly charged atmosphere on one of the finest squares in Italy, the 4 neighborhoods vaunt their colors and cheer their knights on as they head for the dummy's target shield. In under 5 seconds, the rider must launch his horse at a gallop and keep the straightest line possible to hit the highest score with his lance over 3 meters long. The points from 1 to 5 are very hard to win. The first jouster sets the tone for a particularly spicy competition under the watchful eye of the grand judge. The first rider from Porta del Foro has scored 4 points. Two sets of 4 horsemen are on the program, and at the end of the first series, the 4 neighborhoods are neck and neck. All have hit the 4, very close to the 5, the ultimate score. This year, the standard is very high indeed. Alessandro's turn comes with the outcome still undecided. His father, acting as his equerry, is with him, trying to calm a jittery mare. A bit too jittery, perhaps. Just a hair's breadth from tragedy, but Alessandro gets straight back to the tournament. There's too much at stake, and he feels that things may just go his way. And he's off. 3.93 seconds for a dream of a gallop with the clear impression of having hit the bullseye, the unattainable 5, the synonym of victory. Let's listen to the grand judge. The second rider from Porta Crucifera has scored 5 points. Heaven again! Alessandro is carried in triumph, and the Golden Lance handed over to the red and green neighborhood. Arezzo's main square has a new king, cool, strong, and modest. All I can say is that I didn't really aim for the 5. It's too pretentious to go for the 5 when you're the second rider. If you miss it, everything's lost. But Alessandro didn't miss, and Arezzo's cathedral turns into a circus, something unthinkable elsewhere. And now we'll wait for next year's Giostra.